Well, hello friends and welcome to another episode of Cycling Insider. So in this episode, I will give you the buyer's guide for the 2023 Canyon Ultimate CF SL8 Aero road bike because recently I got a question from one of my friends who is in the process of buying a road bike, and he basically just asked me, should you just go ahead and buy this specific offering from Kenya? So as you see, the retail price of this bike is 4,800 British pounds or 5,000 euros, depending where you are buying this bike. So definitely it is not a cheap bike. It is one of those, I would call it almost eye-watering prices. But this is the situation today on the market. So these are the levels of prices for these kind of levels of the bike. So the first thing first you want to know is who is this bike for? So you see, Canyon Ultimate platform is all about lightweight climbing machine. So definitely it's going to be a stiff machine, and definitely in this iteration, which is the fifth iteration of the Canyon Ultimate, it's going to be aerodynamically optimized. So everything from the frame, fork, handlebar, stem, seat post, in this case the wheels, everything is aerodynamically optimized. So this is the trend that all these lightweight climbing machines are going forward. So they have to incorporate a bit of aerodynamically optimized components. Here in this offering, luckily from Canyon, you have two paint schemes on offer. One is this classical black and white, looks very beautiful, and then also you have this, as they call it, deep polar paint scheme, like a deep metallic blue with a hint of black. Both of these paint schemes are beautiful in my opinion. Again, it's superb that Canyon is offering two paint schemes on this bike, so at least you have a choice since you're going to be paying, 4,800 British pounds or 5,000 euros. So now we can dive into the specifications of this bike and really see what do you get if you decide to go and spend your hard-earned money on this bike. So as usual, we can kick off with the frame and the fork on this bike. So the frame is the carbon fiber frame, CF carbon fiber frame from Canyon. And I have to mention that this is the lowest level of the carbon fiber frames Canyon does. Above this, you have the CF SLX, and then you have the CFR. So this carbon fiber frame, of course, 12mm through axles front and the back, paired with the carbon fiber fork from Canyon, with the carbon steerer, again 12mm through axles and flat mount disc brakes. Keep in mind here that this frame comes with the 6 years warranty from Canyon. At some point, I wish that Canyon would increase the warranty on their carbon frames, maybe even to something like 10 years or even to a lifetime warranty, but it is what it is now with the 6 years warranty. Listen, you shouldn't be worried about this CFSL carbon fiber frame as the kind of lowest level in the Canyon's lineup. It's going to be perfectly fine, and it's definitely going to be, okay considering the quality controls from Canyon. Now let's look at the drivetrain on this bike. So what do you get? So you will get, in my opinion, a superb Shimano Ultegra Di2 electronic group set. So shifters, front mech and the rear mech, everything is Shimano's electronic group set. Shimano's Ultegra Di2, so R8150, the latest, the greatest 12-speed group set. It's going to work perfectly fine, and in Shimano's case, the front mech and the shifters are communicating wirelessly, and then you have a cable connection between the rear mech and the front mech. And I would just mention here that on the rear mech, luckily this is a long cage, so it can take up the cassette all the way to 34-tooth cassette. Speaking about the cassette, again, you are getting here a Shimano's Ultegra 12-speed cassette. In this iteration, it is 1130 cassette, and this is paired with the Shimano's Ultegra crankset 5236 chainlinks. As I said, you always have an option in the future to upgrade your cassette to, for example, 1132 or 1134, depending how steep mountains you want to climb. Here also I have to mention that this crankset comes with the 4i power meter. I believe this is only a one-sided power meter in this case, but again, superb offering that you are getting a power meter included in this retail price of 5,000 euros. When it comes to the bottom bracket, this is the press fit Shimano's BB86 standard. It comes here with the Token Ninja Light bottom bracket. I am expecting no special problems here. Again, quality control should be very good, so no creaking noises from this bottom bracket. When it comes to the chain on this bike, again, no cutting corners. This is a 12-speed Shimano's M8100 chain, Shimano's chain from the mountain bike world. It doesn't matter if you use the 12-speed chains from the kind of road group set on Shimano or the mountain bike group set. As long as they are 12-speed compatible, you can mix and match. When it comes to the braking performance on the bike, again, superb Shimano's hydraulic disc brakes front and the back. And I'll just mention here that they are using the Shimano's Dior XT braking rotors front and the back, again, from the mountain bike world. Everything superb. It comes with the ice freezer technology, superb heat dissipation and stopping power. And I'll just mention here that the front braking rotor is 160 millimeters, while the rear braking rotor is 140 millimeters. You know my opinion about 140 millimeter braking rotors. I just think they are an absolute joke, and I wish that Canyon here have included 160 millimeter rotors both front and the back. So once when you destroy this braking rotor at the back, I strongly suggest you to upgrade to the 160 millimeter braking rotors, because ultimately you want great braking performance and an excellent heat dissipation. Now let's talk about the wheelset on this bike, because it's definitely one of the secret sauces of this bike. Because everything is kind of aerodynamically optimized on this bike. Of course, they've incorporated an excellent DT Swiss Arc 1600 wheelset. I'm a huge fan of DT Swiss wheels. They make excellent quality wheels. Of course, they are not the cheapest ones, but DT Swiss, absolutely, if you got the money, just go for it and buy yourself DT Swiss wheels. So this DT Swiss Arc 1600, you can't buy it anymore directly from DT Swiss. They have a new version, which is now DT Swiss Arc 1400 V-cut wheelset. If you would be buying it on open market, we are speaking about $2,400 retail price. So this DT Swiss Arc 1600 wheelset, it is a carbon fiber wheelset, absolutely superb wheelset with the 50 millimeters rim height. And in this combination on the Canyon bike, you have basically 50 millimeters rim height at the front and then 62 millimeters rim height at the back. 12 millimeter through axles front and the back. And I will just mention here that this wheelset comes with the DT Swiss 350 hubs. Excellent hubs, no complaints here, and also DT Swiss Aero spokes. And of course, you can turn this wheelset into a tubeless wheelset. You will just need to, get your own tubeless rim tape and the tubeless balls. When it comes to the weight of this wheelset, I would expect it to be something about 1,500, 1,600 grams, which is excellent in my opinion. And as I say, you can't go wrong with DT Swiss wheels, and this DT Swiss Arc 1600, absolutely superb, aerodynamically optimized wheelset. This wheelset is also wrapped in an excellent tire, which is a Continental Grand Prix 5000 tire. And here, Canyon has a combination of 25 millimeter tire at the front, 28 millimeter at the back. Okay, probably they did some calculations and realized that it is a bit of aerodynamic advantage. In my opinion, I just wouldn't bother with this 25 millimeter tire. Once when you destroy it, just upgrade to a 28 millimeter tire, both front and back. It's just going to give you so much more air volume and a smoother ride. And this is ultimately what you want on a bike. Now, when we look at the cockpit of this bike, so handlebar and the stem. So this is a carbon fiber piece. It is a one-piece affair, handlebar and the stem. So just keep that in mind, that it is a proprietary piece. If you need to replace anything, well, you have to buy again from the Canyon. And they are offering you a bit of adjustment here. So the width adjustment plus minus 20 millimeters and a bit of height adjustment of 15 millimeters. So, okay, there is a bit of adjustment incorporated in this. So it's not a total nightmare with some other one-piece handlebars and the stem. Of course, I wish that these pieces are separate, but this is the way you gotta go if you want highly aerodynamically optimized bike. Now, when you look at the seat and the seat post, so the saddle is the Selle Italia SLR Boost. Listen, saddles are a personal preference. I personally like Selle Italia saddles, but if you don't like this saddle, again, it's easy to replace and upgrade in the future. Seat post, classical Canyon carbon fiber seat post, D-shaped seat post for the, again, aerodynamical reasons, but again, it's superb that the seat post is a nice carbon fiber one, because all the comfort on your bike comes from, of course, the seat post and the tires, tire pressures, quality of the tires. So keep that in mind always when you are thinking about the comfortable ride on your bike. Also, when it comes to the total weight of this bike, Canyon is claiming 7.5 kilograms. I'm guessing this is for some kind of size medium. So if you add pedals on this, so the bike is, ready to ride, it is probably another 200 to 300 grams. So let's call it about 7.8 kilograms, really ready to ride bike. In my opinion, that is perfectly fine, because when you look at the professional world, bikes that are ridden at, let's say, Tour de France, they have a limit of minimum weight of 6.8 kilograms. And usually, majority of the pros bikes are around 7 kilograms. So this at 7.7, 7.8 kilograms out of the box, very impressive in my opinion for this Canyon Ultimate CF SL8 Aero road bike. So as a conclusion, what would I suggest to you? Should you just go ahead and buy this bike, or should you just shortlist it? Well, if you have 5,000 euros available, or 4,800 British pounds, and you are looking for a nice lightweight climbing machine with a bit of aerodynamically optimized components, then definitely I can tell you just go ahead and buy this Canyon Ultimate CF SL8 Aero. For these levels of the money and all the equipment that's included in this bike, it's very hard to find any competition. Probably the first thing that comes to mind is something from the giant TCR range, or the newest Cannondale Super 6 Evo at about 5,000 US dollars is also an excellent choice. So I think this is going to be it for today. I hope you like what I'm doing, and if you do, keep on watching, keep on liking, and as always, I will see you soon in the next episode. Cheers!